start with the water resources of Nepal. Even though Nepal is a small country in terms of geographical area, it is highly rich in natural resources. Nepal is regarded as the second richest country in terms of water resources. It is termed as second richest after Brazil, as Brazil is the first richest country, and Nepal occupies 2.25% of the total water resources of the world, whereas Brazil occupies 5.67% of total water resources of the world. Nepal water resources such as rivers, lakes, ponds, irrigated paddy fields, canals, ponds, reservoirs, etc. occupy about 5. Nepal's water resources occupy 5.3% of the total land. Likewise, talking about the total renewable water resources, it is around 225 billion meter cube per year. Hydropower potential, in case of the theoretical value, it is found to be 83,000 megawatt. In technical, it is of potential of 42,000 megawatt, and economically feasible one is just 23,000 megawatt. And talking about the total length of all the rivers and rivulets within the country, it is estimated to be around 45,000 kilometers. Likewise, in Nepal, there are about 6,000 rivers with a total drainage area of 41,94471 square kilometer. 1,94,471 square kilometer is the total drainage area, and out of the total drainage area, 74% lies within the country. And talking about more than 1,000 rivers, in case of Nepal, more than 1,000 rivers are of longer than 11 kilometer rivers. More than 100 rivers are of greater than 160 kilometer length. And likewise, the water storage capacity of the three big rivers, in case of Nepal, the three big rivers are obviously Koshi, Gandaki and Karnali. And all the rivers of Nepal, end at, that is Ganga river in India, and the Ganga river ends in Bay of Bengal, and the Bay of Bengal ultimately ends in the Indian Ocean. And talking about the sources of water in Nepal, surface water is from rivers, lakes, ponds, glaciers, springs. Groundwater from the Tarai aquifers like shallow and the deep tube wells. Talking about the rainfall, it is upraised around 1600 millimeter, mainly in the monsoon, that is June to September here, and the snow and ice melt like Himalayas serves as the natural water storage. And classifying the rivers in Nepal, it has been three major groups based on the place of origin. And the first one is the first order or the first class rivers, which are also known as the evergreen rivers, and this is because they are the Himalayan perennial rivers that originates from the Himalayas, and these rivers are always full of water because they are released by the melting snow, and as it is filled by the glacier melt plus rainfall, and it flows throughout the year. So it is the evergreen ones, and there is high discharge and they have huge hydropower potential, with the examples are the Koshi, Gandaki and Karnali. And the second one is the second class river. The medium rivers are those that had been originated from the Mahabharata rains, mid hills, and the rain fed water level decreases in the dry season, as because it is, even though the rivers originate from the Mahabharata mountain range below the Himalayas, Mahabharata are just below the Himalayas, but in case they are never dry up, and rivers of this class have more water in the rainy season but less water in the winter. Winter has less water. And the purpose of irrigation and least percentage in the hydroelectricity, it has been fast floods come in the monsoon, and the rivers examples are of Babai, West, Rapti, Bagmati, Kamala, Arun river from the Tibet, which is often included in the first category as well. And the third order or third class are the small rivers, or they are also known as the seasonal rivers, that arises from the Chure rains, and these types of rivers are the seasonal rivers. We can say that it is the temporary rivers, and they are highly seasonal, dry in winter like that of the second class, and the sediment load is very high and it causes floods in Tarai. Example, Kankai, Ratu, Banganga, Mohana, etc. And the major river systems of Nepal in detail, if we have to study, then the first one is the Koshi river. And the Koshi river is known as Sapta Koshi because it is formed by the 7 major tributaries: Indravati, 7 Sunkoshi, Tamakoshi, Dudkoshi, Likokhola, Arun, Tamur. And the Arun is the largest by volume, and it is named after the name of sage, that is Kaushik. And the Koshi river in China, the Koshi river is called as Sangpo, and the tributaries are obviously the 7 tributaries, and the 3 main tributaries of the Koshi river are Sunkoshi, Arun and Tamur. And the Sunkoshi occupies 44%, Arun occupies 37%, and Tamur occupies 19% of the total water share in the Saptakoshi. And in Arun there is a big rock named Khwalung, and it is in the middle of the river Arun, which is a few meters above the confluence of Arun and Tamur rivers in Tribeni, bordering Dhankuta, Udaipur and Bhojpur. Sri Lanka island extended to Sunsari and Saptari and is surrounded by Koshi river. Koshi river has the second largest sand carrying capacity. Saptakoshi has the second largest sand carrying capacity. It has second largest sand carrying capacity in the world. After first is the Huanghe river of China. It is also known as Yellow River. Its location is China. So it is the first largest sand carrying capacity, and second is the Koshi river. And it reaches a place called Kursela. Koshi river reaches a place called as the Kursela in Katihar district of Bihar in India, and joins the Ganga river. And Koshi river is also called as the sorrow of Bihar because of flooding caused by it, and also known as the sorrow of Bengal in India. And Koshi agreement was signed in 2011 Baisakh 12. So this is all about Koshi river system, and it is the largest river system. It is the largest river system in Nepal. It joins Ganga in Bihar, and Shoro, and hydropower projects are Koshi High Dam, Arun Third, Upper Arun Tamar projects. Second is the Gandaki river system, and the Gandaki river system, which is also called as the Narayani in Tarai and Gandak in India. It is the river named after the name of says, like that of Kaushik in Koshi. It is by Gandhi, and it's also called as Gandak in India. And Gandaki river in Tarai region is called as the Narayani river, obviously. And the major tributaries are Kali Gandaki, which is also the deepest gorge in world. The place where Kali Gandaki river and Trishuli meet is called Kali Gandaki, and Trishuli meet is called Devghat, that is in Tanahu. And after these two rivers merge, they flow together under the name of Narayani river. And therefore, when we is the deepest river, when asked which the deepest river is, Narayani. Narayani is the deepest river, and it is also, and the other tributaries main are the Sethi Gandaki, Madi river, Marsangri, Budi Gandaki, Daraudi, Trishuli. And the holiest river for Hindus is the Saligram fossils, as in Kali Gandaki. Where is the Saligram fossils found? And it is Kali Gandaki, the tributaries of the Narayani or the Gandaki river, which is the holiest river for Hindus because of its presence. And the Trishuli Tadi river meets at Devi Ghat, Nuwakot. The place where they meet is religious called Mohan Tritha, where Prithvi Narayan Saha had breathed last, that is its death was there. I am repeating once, Trishuli Tadi river meets at Devghat, Nuwakot, and the place where they meet is religious, as it calls Mohan Tritha, as Prithvi Narayan Saha had his last breath there. The country's first three-way suspension bridge is being constructed above this river that connects three districts, that is Sangza and Palpa and Gulmi. And the Gandak agreement now second one is the Karnali river system. It is longest by volume. It is longest river system, and it is also known as Pancheswari and Karnali river is famous for dolphin. It's famous for dolphin named Sons, which was first seen in 2038 BS. It is also famous for white rafting, and one pillar bridge is the name imparted to the bridge constructed in Karnali river.